Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer there moving ahead with the Democrats' push for election reform and nuking the filibuster. Senators continue debating voting rights legislation. That'll happen today, and a vote is expected to come later tonight. But the bill faces many hurdles. Joining us to discuss is Republican Senator from Indiana, Mike Braun. Senator, good to see you, and thanks so much for coming on.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. First of all, let's start with this. Why are you a no on this bill?
Well, number one, Chuck Schumer and almost every Democrat back in January of 17 clearly against eliminating the filibuster. They said it would be an abomination. It would impact the minority. Of course, that was right early into Trump's tenure and when we had both the House and the Senate. So there's embedded hypocrisy here. And he is mostly doing all of this in response to his left flank. And he's liberal enough. I think he's worried about being primaried by AOC when he runs. And it all starts this evening at about 6:30 is when we start the sequence of votes that will end up having a vote to change the rules of the Senate. And here is a couple things that listeners, viewers need to pay attention to. If we had 54 Democratic senators, it'd be already a done deal. You wouldn't have the firewall of two senators, Sinema and Manchin. And the other thing is they're generally okay with the content of the voting rights bill. They're against changing the process. That's how dangerously close we are to having elections federalized. You do that, that sets the stage for all kinds of long-term things that permanently benefit Democrats to try to ballot harvest, not be really vigilant about election integrity. It changes the landscape significantly, and it's that close. We'll start the dance this evening.
Yeah.
Hopefully they stand firm.
Senator, I want to dive into the politics of this if we can. And you carefully laid it out. You know that Senator Manchin and Sinema both are not on board for changing the rules. They're for the legislation, but not for changing the rules of the Senate. Some say this is really just a proxy vote for Schumer. He needs a loss. He needs them on record so that way he can look back and say, here's where we lost, this is why, and now we need to change the rules in the Senate. Is it more than just a voting bill that's at stake here?
I think the whole political future in at least the near term, 2022 and 2024, is at stake. When you look at the litany of issues that we as Republicans have to work with, you could not have more out there to talk about, from Afghanistan to the border to Build Back Better falling apart to the fact that we're now 30 trillion in debt, 18 trillion when I came in 3 years ago. They've got a lot at stake. And this is just a way, I think, to say to two still moderate Democrats that maybe respect the process of the Senate that you're going to be on record. Mm-hmm. They then become pariahs within their own party. Hopefully they might make a sensible decision, and especially Manchin from the most conservative state in the country, mm-hmm. and maybe come to the other side. But yes, so much of what you see in national politics is that ebb and flow. A lot of it's parlor games. In this case, they've got a lot at stake, but it's mostly due to a bad agenda. From the day Biden got in there, they've been acting like they've had a mandate, and they've had the thinnest of margins in the Senate and maybe a 3 or 4 vote margin in the House. If we don't get it back and then run with it in 2022, get the White House back in 2024, yeah. Shame on Republicans. We've sadly been kind of political wallflowers. We don't really exert our point of view in a way. I'm concerned about that as well.
Let me jump in really quick. I got about 15 seconds left for you. Sure. It's a combo night. You've got what's happening there at the Senate floor. The president is holding his first press conference in almost 3 months at 4 p.m., a couple hours before yours, as you put it, your dance begins at 6. What do you expect from this president? Does he talk about voting legislation? Does he talk about unifying the country? He has divisions within his own party, as we've already seen with the two senators we mentioned. Stacey Abrams not showing up in Georgia while he's touting this voting legislation bill, amongst so many other issues. What do you expect to hear from this president today?
It's going to be highly scripted. It's going to be a lot of repeat of what we've heard. And you got to remember, too, they use the microphone and they take bad situations and issues and still think they can schmooze you with maybe a press conference. We got to be vigilant of that. And again, I think all of this is so indicative of what we are going to do as Republicans once we get the opportunity back. Right. And we could not have more material to work with. They'll still try to sugarcoat it, do press conferences. That's not been his forte. Who knows what's going to happen in that? We'll watch 4 p.m. Eastern time. And Senator, we appreciate your time. Senator Mike Braun joining us live. Thank you, sir. Thanks for taking it.